How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So glad each and every single one of you can make it back. Today we're going to discuss what could possibly be the purchase of the year for me, right? And you can hear it's not just the case. We'll get right back to it.
They're the fastest metal cars you've ever seen. Mattel's new Hot Wheels. Collect them by themselves or get them in wild new action sets like the drag race action set, the stunt action set, the Hot Curves race action set. Get Mattel's new Hot Wheels, the fastest metal cars you've ever seen.
Now I'm going to show you something that I picked up off of one of those late night ventures on eBay. A whopping $11.50 is all I paid for this. Yes, $11.50. Wife didn't know about it, but I snuck it in. But anyhow, it's got the case with it. The case is in very, very good condition. The only thing missing is the handle. I might be able to find a handle or a rough case real cheap, get the handle out of it. But that is not why I purchased it. Why I purchased it is for the stuff that's inside of it. So let me show you what's in this bad boy. Now first off, it's got some tape on it, tape residue, and I can get that right off. A little bit of WD-40 will take that off and it will not even harm the color. But there's no cracks, there's no chips, there's no tears. So just the case by itself is worth the $11.50. But here's a couple of the cars that were in. I took these out already because I didn't want them to get messed up by being pushed in. First up is a Lesney. It is the number 13 Snorkel fire truck. That's right, it's a Lesney. Look at that. Still has the guy in the back. I don't know if he's supposed to have anything in his hand or not. I'll have to research that, but it goes up, it works, it spins. I couldn't believe when I seen that. I was like, Jesus, you've got to be kidding me. But that was part of the purchase. Right? Let me get it where you can see it. You might be able to see it. But it's a Matchbox Super Fast, made in England by Lesney. I'm going to try to get it to where you can see it. Light hits it right about there. And I don't have a screen that I can see what I'm showing you. If I have it upside down, I'll flip it post-production. I can only see the glare, the reflection in the viewfinder. So there's that. And whoever had these wrote their name on it. It's got Prawns on the bottom of it, P-R-A-N-Z, whoever that is. Prawns, I'm sorry, but I've got your cars, buddy. But the Spoiler Sport. And this bad boy is in great shape. And if you look on eBay, one that is in decent shape will run you $8 to $15 bucks. That's right, $8 to $15. And I was actually going to get one of these and redo it. But now I have one that doesn't need to be redone. I mean, just look at that. That is in really, really great shape. Get the case down here so I can show you some more. Next up is a 1975 De Tomaso Pantera, number 8. Now this one needs a little bit of love. I mean, you can tell it's been played with. It hasn't been beat, it hasn't been banged, it hasn't been torn up. It's just been loved, you know, as it should be. That's what these are made for. But this one could stand a paint job and a new decal there on the front and maybe some new Matchbox wheels. And when I started down this venture, all of it was because of the heavy Chevy car that I bought. So I'm learning a lot about cars, how to redo them and everything. So I'm pretty certain I could find some replica wheels like that on a new car that I could probably put on there. But I might have to talk to my buddy Flying Valiant and get me that decal made. This one is already a little loose on the back, as you can see. The back is a little loose. So taking that car apart would be no issue. Next up is a 1980 Hong Kong version, Prada Stalker. Alright. That would make a good repo car of the car that was in Cannonball Run. As you can see, it's got fronds all over the bottom. But that's in there. Next up is a 1981 front running Fairmont. And all these are in decent shape. They're not bad. They are not bad at all. Metal bases on every one of these. I mean, how finding a car with metal bases on it anymore is crazy. Now this is a 1979 model. I don't know exactly what it is. I'll have to do some research on it and find out. If any of you know, by all means, please let me know. But it's a 1979 version, right? There's no name on the bottom of it. It just says, hold on, I'll read it and tell you. Then you get a good view of it. It says, Hot Wheels, Mattel Incorporated, 1979, Hong Kong. And it's got a little issue on the bottom. It's broken right there, but I can actually just cut that whole side off, make a new piece and glue it on. Or make it and epoxy it on, one of the two. So that's no big deal. We can fix that when we get the time. You know how that is. Anybody that does die-cast restorations and customs knows it just seems to never be enough time, especially when you find a deal like this. You've got stuff you've already wanting to do, and now you throw this stuff in. Well, how can you pass it up, right? I wasn't looking to buy anything, but when I seen these particular cars, this being one of them, the Spoiler Sport, and the fire truck, and a few more here in just a second, I'll let you know when I pull them out, I couldn't pass them up. Next up is a 1970, what was that, 77 Hong Kong version, Jaguar XJS. Again, not beat up, not messed up, just loved. And that's what these cars are meant to do. It's kind of like a blue Spectre Flame paint. So whenever we do that, that's what it'll go back to. If when I strip it and polish it, there's no shading or anything, and it'll go back to that original Spectre Flame paint. This one is the first one. It has plastic base, but it is a 1978, I think it is, 57 Chevy. Again, it's not all beat up, it's just love. You can tell by the base, there's some scratching and stuff on it and everything. No big deal. I mean, that's the whole point of these. Next up is another metal base. It's a 1981 Datsun. That's right, Datsun 200SX. Got the metal base on it, like I said. This one has the opening hood. Super cool car. Super cool car. Next up is a 1979 Plymouth Grand Fury police car by Matchbox. Again, metal base. Next up is a Corgi Juniors US van. Got Superman on the side of it. This will be my second Corgi Juniors vehicle. The first one was the Studebaker Wagonaire station wagon that camera people used to use back in the day. This one has plastic base, so that was later on in the production run and everything. Now this is one of the vehicles that I bought this set for. Now it's not the original one. It's not the one that has the phone number and everything on it. It actually has a plastic base, but it is the Larry's tow truck. And if you remember on the original ones, he used to have his phone number right there, and so many people called that the next version that they made, which would have been this version, they blacked the number out. They took his phone number out. Yes, Larry Wood had his actual phone number on there. And normally when you see these jokers are beat all the crap. The tow truck parts broken and gone. This one is broken, but it's not bad. It's just come loose. So all I got to really do is just re-glue it, and that joker will be fine the way it is. The decals aren't that bad. The paint's not that bad. It's just that one little piece right there is broken off, and all I got to really do is just re-glue it. No issues. Now this one is made in Malaysia. This is one of the ones that I wanted this purchase for, and it's the sheriff's car, right? As you can see, this one isn't all beat up either. Rolls really good. Not all scratched up. It's just love, you know. They put the decals on the side, and that's where you gotta put them, but that's where you also pick them up and play with them, right? So metal base, all the good stuff. It's not beat up. Next up is the #1 Dodge Challenger from 1975. Again, this one has been loved. Not all beat up. It could stand a little cleaning with, you know, for the roof and stuff like that. And maybe try rechroming the wheels with the Molotov fine tip marker. You know, you can I can probably get away with doing that and it not look terrible. You know, it'll make it look good for another 10-15 years. Got the white interior. Polish it up a little bit, wax it. Be good to go. Next up, we have the 1982 Hong Kong version of the P928 Porsche. Porsche. Tomato, potato, tater, maters, metal base. Again, another super cool car. I never had this one. The one that I used to have was the red version with the real riders on it and everything. But this is actually a cool car. Now this is what originally drew my attention to this purchase, because this is one of the cars. It's a 1982 blown Camaro, and these cars themselves go between 13 and 20 bucks depending on condition. And I'm telling you, if I hit the plastic windshields with some of that plastics from Jaguars and then wax this bad boy up, it will look almost as good as it did when it left Mattel. Metal base. You know that's one of the reasons I bought this. A Camaro. Yes sir. Got 4 more and we'll be done. Now this one has been really played with. It's a 1973 greased Gremlin. But this one's really been played with, which it should be, you know, but it needs some help, and I hope I can fix it without messing it up. But there you go. Like a modified Gremlin for the dirt tracks, right? Or for the short tracks. But if you look at that top spoiler, that bad boy, and that's what happens. I'm so amazed that this one isn't in that kind of shape. That one, probably never played with. Sat in the case most of the time. Probably wasn't one of their favorites. This one was one of their favorites, and it just shows it, you know. I believe that I can fix that if I go real slow, bending it back up with a pair of pliers, you know, get it not at the stress point, get it kind of in the middle somewhere, and gently do one side, do the other side, and I may get away with it. If I end up snapping, I'll just have to grind it off and make one out of polystyrene or something, you know. But that's the plan. Redo that one. I've been wanting that one too. Everybody's got them. As you can see, the axles are bent. I could pretty much straighten those out, but it needs new wheels anyway. So next up is the Malaysia version from 1975 Rockbuster, and this one's in really good shape. The only problem with it is the axles are bent. You know, kid probably pushed down on it while he was rolling it. That's just the way it goes. We have it in green. Alright, not in really bad shape. And we have the yellow version. This one got more love than the green one, because you can tell it's missing the tampos right there on the side of the body and everything. This one got loved a little bit more. The axle's a little bit more toast, but that's okay. Like I said, that just means they were loved. They actually make the reproduction tampos for it, so strip it down, repaint it, put new tampos on it. But if you just want to enjoy it, they actually make a tool where you can straighten those axles out, and I've got one, so that's what I'll be doing, and then just go from there. But that's what each and every one of these cars are for, you know, to be played with, to be loved, to be enjoyed. And the 2 cars, oh, I forgot to show you one. Now this bad boy is pretty much done for, and I didn't know it was like this. This is another one of the ones why I bought this kit or pack, and I didn't even know it come with the case. It didn't say anything about a case. It didn't show a case. All it showed was the cars on the table. And but this one's pretty much done for, and you'll know what I'm talking about here in a second. So I'll have to try to find another one so I can get a base and use the body. But looks good from the side, looks good from the top, looks good from the back. Looks good from the other side. So what have I not showed you? It's missing the grill. I don't know if somebody tried to take this apart or what the heck happened, but it's missing the grill. It completely snapped off. I don't know if they sit there and they just rammed it into the back of another car or anything, but I have been wanting one of these cars so bad. I used to have one when I was a kid, and I wanted another one. And these always go between $9 and $18. So when I saw this one, it didn't show that front end. But that's okay. The other ones that I've got well made up for that. But again, that's one of the cars that I bought the case for. But that's okay. Well, not case, but the lot for. Again, you can see the case is in really good shape. The snaps are there. There's no marks, there's no cuts, there's no tears. Like I said, that glue residue will come off really easy with some WD-40. All the colors are there, nice and vibrant. The insides, I'm going to wash them up with some soap and water, but they're not busted, they're not cracked. Like I said, just this case alone goes for well over what I paid for the whole kit and caboodle. And I didn't even know the case come with it. Now you know why old men don't sleep. We get good deals. But I am going to ask for something. I never ask for anything. If you happen to have one, let me know what you want for it. Please. Because I'm one of those people that like stuff complete. If I have something I really want it complete, like the Wagoneer, I'm still trying to track down a window and the cameraman for it. I can make a window. They actually have a liquid to where I can make the windows, no big deal, but I might have to put a repop cameraman in there, and then he'll have a modern looking camera, and I really don't want to do that. But if I have to, I will, just to be complete. But if anybody happens to have a handle, right, let me know. Just let me know what you want for it. If you want to trade a car for it, or you know, you want a couple bucks for it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just let me know, because I'd really like to get the handle back in this, because I'm just going to close it up. I'm not going to put any cars on it. It's going to go up on my shelf with a lot of my displays. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have one of those handles, please let me know. And yes sir. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Get out there and hunt. Don't hunt, you don't find. I wasn't even hunting, and I still found. Just one of those late nights, couldn't sleep on eBay, just perusing, as they say, or puttering across the pond. But until next time, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.